Boo. Yeah, I don't think we need an intro today. You've seen it a million times. How's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? Actually, woke up and got a little bit of a tickle in my throat, so hopefully I'm not losing my voice. So welcome, one and all. Hopefully I got both. Are both going? Okay, both are going. We're good, So, welcome to the monthly members only live stream. Let me turn off the overlay because it doesn't work. And I'll get into that in a second. So, for those that are new, once a month I do a members only live stream. It's kind of just like an open house QA, shoot the shit. Whatever happens for like an hour or two. Just something I want to do for the supporters of the community, because I would not be able to do this if it wasn't without your direct support. And part of the way I run my channel is I don't like gatekeeping content behind a paywall, so I'll never do anything not like public that I consider my normal content. So I want to do something for the supporters, so we do the monthly live stream. So the way it works is I actually have 2 live streams right now. If you are from the YouTube community, you are in one stream, okay? If you are from the Patreon community, you are in another stream, okay? So there's actually 2 concurrent streams right now. The reason for that is on YouTube, notifications are horrible. Half the time you guys don't even get them when I'm live. So I have to put the stream live as a members only live stream. That way YouTubers get a push notification, or at least it shows up in their notifications. Hey, Nero 3D is live, and you see it. But a members only stream can't bring Patreon supporters in. So I have to host a second live stream that is unlisted and link them that one. The problem is that unlisted stream doesn't notify the YouTube community because it's unlisted. So I have to run 2 streams. So if you're on Patreon, you can chat. The chat may look slower because there's less of you, but you can still, I can see both of you essentially. So, oh look, is Nero the Prusa guy or the Rat Rig guy? I'm the bonsai guy. Remember the bonsai? I love this little thing. Which is funny because so much of this is literally this. Like the XY joints, like it's just smaller. It's starting to get dusty. I gotta print with it soon. Back into your hole. So yeah, sometimes I do this once a month. If you are watching this in the future, a month later after I put this live, so usually when the next one is, I put the previous one public. So if you're watching this and it's not April, you're watching last month's and you didn't miss it. You're just, yeah. So how are we doing? How many people we got? Yeah, we got like 30 people. Good enough. That's fine. Numbers for this one's usually pretty low. So yeah, normally when I do these, I put out a community post to see if you guys have any questions. So let me pull up. And if you want me to go over anything, I'll go ahead, ask in chat. So let me pull it up here. Community posts. Only a few. Okay. Yeah, apparently this is pretty late for some people, which I understand. I was going to do it at 4, but I had to run some errands after dropping the little guy off at daycare. So unfortunately, I couldn't run it at 4 o'clock, so I had to run it a little bit later. But it is what it is. I gotta log in to Patreon 1 second. I'm hoping I'm not coming down with a cold. I'm watching this from the past. Ooh, spooky. Okay, 2-factor. There we go. Okay. See my posts. There we go. I just wanted so I could see all my comments. There we go. Okay. So, oh, now I gotta move that over. Now I gotta move that over. Now I gotta bring that up. Okay. There we go. You move the camera. What do you mean I move the camera? Black bar on right. What do you mean? Black bar on right. There's no black bar. There shouldn't be a black bar. I don't see a black bar. Like, are you talking about I moved it like... I can do this. Woo! It's an earthquake! Oh my god! Ah! So yeah. So, little tease for tomorrow. For those that don't know, I'm gonna start doing 3 streams a week, okay? I'll be the first to admit I'm horrible at videos. I'm not a video person. It's hard, like, it's just my mindset. Doing videos, standalone videos, is something I do try to do, but I'm not putting them out as much as I can, or I should be able to, but it's just the way it is. I'm working on it, but I am gonna compensate for that a little bit by streaming 3 days a week. So how it's gonna work is the Tuesday and Saturday stream will remain build and tinker streams, unless I don't have anything to do. But then Friday will be an open house stream. So every Friday I'm going to do a stream. I don't know if it'll be the full 3 hours, but it will be a print and chill type stream where we just kind of open forum, help QA. I'll just have a printer printing something, or one-offs. So for one-offs, the King Room showed up. Ugh. So tomorrow we're going to be putting this together, and then we'll print with it, which is the Kingroon? I thought it was Room. Kingroon. KP3. So that's tomorrow's stream, is going to be putting this guy together. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. So going forward, there'll be 3 streams a week. So his vids are baked into the... I know, consistent views for life. I don't see a bar. It is full screen. There is no bar. It is literally full screen. Okay. Anyways, I got, in terms of guests, Joel has an open invite. I'm just waiting for his schedule to free up. I might get Doc on at some point. We'll see. There's a few people. I'm trying to figure out how I want to format it. I'm thinking I'm going to do it kind of like the previous stream where I had Steve on, where it's just kind of an open house, like shoot the shit, talking shop, not an actual sit down interview. I like the banter back and forth, and I think a lot of people like that. So, how is by the way, if you see me read a question and you don't see it, it's because it's from the other chat. So, how's the ERCFA working? I still need to get a buffer on it. I need something small and compact. I've had a few people suggest some, but they're like 5-unit ones meant for Prusas, and I need a 6-unit one. So there's that. Okay, so questions. So, a lot of people ask questions about going into stuff like config files and whatnot. I don't want to do that on this stream. Again, that would be a Friday stream. So going forward, when we do print and chill Fridays, that will be what we'll do with these questions. So if you have questions about printing, that'll be a Friday stream thing. I don't want to do it on this stream because of I don't want to gatekeep content. That I consider that educational. That's content I do on my channel. What does the buffer do? Okay, so here's my problem. Let's go mobile. This is the problem I have with my setup. One, I got no room. Okay, so Prusa, you're in the way. So that is my current setup. Normally the switch wire isn't so close to the wall. Normally it's out a bit, but I'm running out of room. So I've got like 4 printers on this desk already. So the problem is the filament comes out of the rep rack and then it goes into the ERCFA. The problem is it just kind of hangs out here. I got a short bone in there and I got a short bone in the ERCFA. So the original plan was to just have it kind of hang out all loosey-goosey and it would be fine. The problem is filament likes to do like stuff like twist and whatnot. And what happens is every now and then after it pulls the filament out, it just slips, like when it does like its little spring motion there or whatever, when it coils back up, it pulls it just enough out of the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder that when it goes to reload it, it's not there. So it doesn't load and then it goes, hey, come down and fix me, and I gotta come down and fix it. So I need to figure out a buffer system. Basically works by basically constraining that excess amount in a buffer so that doesn't happen. So why don't I use the rep winder? Because I would lose a spool. I have a 6-unit ERCFA. I want to use the whole thing. I could print out the and I don't have room for the Enraged Rabbit. Like literally, I ain't got room. I'm looking into getting a shelf. There's a printer on the ground. I'm looking on getting a shelf here so that I could do 3 tiers. So I can like maybe space out this a bit more, but we'll see. Try the Prusa buffer. If you're on Discord or Twitter at 3DP Nero, can you DM me that if you got a link to it, Bear Cool? Is it better to support my channel through Patreon or YouTube? Technically, I get a better cut from Patreon, but honestly, the difference isn't much. And it's easier for you to get notified of things through YouTube, okay? So technically, I get a better cut on Patreon than YouTube, but yeah. Speaking of cut, people are asking why I went with Stream Elements for my merch store. For the, I keep this shirt. I gotta actually wash this shirt so I can wear it. For the Only Benchies merch and the Crimping Ain't Easy. It's because they offer probably the best cut of any merch store compared to like Teespring is horrible. And the products are cool. And speaking of cool, my hat came in. So I just put hats on the store a little while ago because hey, we offer hats now. So I'm like, cool. So if you're curious on how the Only Benchies hat looks, that's it there. So it's actually stitched on. So if you want to get an Only Benchies hat, check out the merch store. So it's actually stitched on. And actually, it's not too bad. It's a snapback. It's a snapback. That's all they really offer. They offer. I went with the flat brim. They have baseball hats too with the curved brim, but they're only one color. I like the dual color. So I might, considering my hairline is going north faster than a Russian retreat in Ukraine, I might start rocking hats more. We'll see. Hide my shame. Needs a sticker on the brim. I took that sticker off. I cannot stand people that have hats with stickers on them. And also it's like the hat's made in Bangladesh. It's not like, you know, some name brand. What is it? The 5039 or whatever those hats are that people keep the stickers on. Is my head crooked? Or is the camera crooked? I don't know. The hairline is pulling it back. Okay. Wait, what did Sanity say? Okay, quick question. Struggling with the overhangs on a print. Touch over, how fast do you run your fan? 20%. I run my fan 20% on my ABS profiles. Make sure you're printing with your walls inner to outer. And you can turn down your speed on overhangs, usually, I believe. Get Fermio to carry. The problem is, like, Fermio would have to find somebody to make the merch. Stream Elements, the Stream Elements store makes my merch. I don't have boxes of merch in the house. Like, you buy it, they make it, they ship it. So there's no warehouse. So I would have to, like, buy a bunch of merch from Stream Elements, ship it to him, and then he would have to resell it. And there'd be costs associated with every step of that. So unfortunately, that. Just go with it and shave. I don't know. I'm actually not gonna lie. I'm actually really happy how this beard is turning out. I'm doing all the oiling and the trimming and whatnot. I think I didn't expect it to come in as good as it is. So I'm actually kind of happy with that. Looking at nylon CF filaments, do you have any remember for layer adhesion and toughness? So for nylons, right now I'm printing stuff for Toasty, and a few testing. So this is the Fadis stuff. This is Fadis. I think they call it AE carbon. It's PA12, 15% carbon nylon. You got to print it at like 300 Celsius, but it's pretty. it's pretty heckin' stiff. Like it for nylon, CF nylon, it's pretty heckin' stiff. So I got to replace some parts in Toasty because I forgot the hot end mount is still the original nylon. That is the creep, that's creeping like hell. So I have to like go in there after every print and tighten my screws because my hot end is drooping, and I got to rebuild that tool head. So that might be a next Friday stream. Is that a beard or a nest for badgers? No, I think there's an eagle in there somewhere. Have I thought about making a video on the Ellis tuning guide? So here's the thing. I know about the Ellis tuning guide. I've never actually looked at it. I've never actually followed it. I not gonna lie. My profiles sit at good enough, and I kind of leave them at that. I don't chase perfection. If you want to follow people that chase perfection, Filament Frenzy on Twitter. There's a few others that like amazing prints off their printers, but I've got like 16 different printers now, 9 Vorons. I don't have tuned profiles for all of them. I have a profile that works good enough on all my machines, and all I do is just tweak temperatures and bed sizes. So I've never followed that guide, but apparently it's a very good guide. So maybe I might do a video on it, or I might cover it on a Friday stream. We'll see. Trident verse 2.4. I've said that to death. Basically, if you want to go bigger than 250 on the Z, 300 maybe, go 2.4. Both gantries are the same. So the print quality will be the same. Lower center of gravity on the 2.4 than a Trident, so it doesn't scale as good in the Z. On the XY, it doesn't really matter. The Trident's a bit cheaper and it's a bit simpler of a build. But it doesn't scale as good on the Z. So if you want to go tall, V2. If you 250-ish, maybe 300, Trident, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. It really depends on your use case. They're functionally pretty dang close. I switched to Super Slicer and LX profile, and my prints have never been so. If he has a profile, I gotta try his profile in. We'll see. Besides builds and VODs, you plan on doing practical research on common 3D printing topics, CNC kitchen, long-term like UV stability, or that. So the problem is, I don't like redoing content. Okay, if somebody does a video on something and I think they did a good job on the video, I'm not going to do the video on it. So for example, a lot of people have asked me videos on, like, especially after I built the Ender, a lot of people asked me, oh, can you do a guide to do this on the Ender, or a guide to like level the bed? I'm like, go subscribe to Chep. He's the Ender guy. That's all he does is like tutorials for like entry-level printers like Enders. He's got all that stuff and he's already done it. Just go watch him. I'm not going to recover something that somebody else has done. But I do want to do more long form content, like projects, like actually, you know, I gotta do an Iron Man helmet at some day. Like, problem is room right now and scheduling. I'm still trying to sort everything out. Plus it's spring. I got house stuff to do, unfortunately. So that's why I do the live streams. Live streams, I think I can do more content. I can do content more efficiently live streaming because I just go live for 3 hours instead of recording for an hour and a half, editing for 5 hours, and then putting out a 10-minute video. So there's pros and cons to both types. I am trying to do more long-form content. Also, room is a problem for me right now. I only got this one room to work out of. So there is stuff in the plans. As I said, when I decided to go full-time YouTube, I'm ramping up to content. I'm not going all in right off the bat and burning out. I'm ramping up to find that happy medium. So yeah, I seen the Jay's 2 cents. Oh god, for those that don't know, Jay's 2 cents. He's a tech guy. Like I don't know. Here, let me pull it up here. So he's a tech tuber. He's a computer YouTuber, and like 2 weeks ago, he got an Ender 3, or not an Ender 3. He got a Lulzbot. So people are like, why do you get a Lulzbot? That's a dumb printer. He's sponsored by Micro Center. So Micro Center said, come in and grab one of our printers. So I don't know what printers Micro Centers carries, but that's what they had. So obviously they had a lull spot. If you don't know much about 3D printing, a big lull spot looks really good. It's lull spot. It's many monies. It's big. It must be good. It's fucking ancient at this point. I would never buy a Taz nowadays because it's Lulzbot. The company that made that printer isn't Lulzbot anymore. But anyways, and A4988s or DRVs, whatever it has, it's ancient. Don't buy one. But anyways, I don't fault him for getting that, right? Isn't Lulzbot. The problem is Lulzbot from like 2 years ago even isn't Lulzbot today. Lulzbot went out of business and another company bought the name and the asset. So I don't even know if they have the same employees. But they're completely different. Plus, their new machines are more than a Prusa, and they're V-wheel bed flayers. Look at the thumbnail for. I did see his video. He modded those buffers, if I remember, and when I looked, he hadn't shared the file yet. So I'll recheck that if I remember. But yeah, the sidekicks are kind of like, that's V-wheel bed flingers for the price of a Prusa. Plus they charge like $100 for a screen. The way they price out their printer is weird. But anyways, back to Jay's 2 cents. So yeah, he, Micro Center, he went out, he got this. And then of course he got addicted to 3D printing. So now he's got another one, which I'm assuming an Ender 5, I think it is. Or 6, Ender 5 or 6. Yeah, that's the Ender 5, I think. That was also probably something in stock at Micro Center that they got. So yeah, I left a comment, but the thing is, like, people, I've had, I don't even know how many people have DM'd me. Anytime another YouTuber or tech personality does anything remotely 3D printing, I get people that you gotta collab. You gotta collab. Dude, Linus mentioned a 3D printer. You gotta collab. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. One, a lot of these people are on the other side of the continent from me. And I can't just travel to like Seattle at the drop of a hat. So, are you going to handle the Vimmin like the Ender 2 Pro? Add a handle. No, because I don't move them around that much. So I probably won't add a handle because I won't move it around too much. A couple days ago, talking about the recent world's what terrible these days. I got like. Oh, is it like I haven't fully watched this one? So is this the video you're talking about where he mentioned not to get a Lulzbot? Because this was yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday. Linus has beard. You have beard. Collab. Yes. Can you repeat questions out loud? Oh yeah, sorry. I keep forgetting that. I'm trying to pull them up on screen when I read it. Some speed tuning tips. That's again a Friday thing. The reason you should consider for choosing a printer don't mean like direct ones, but mean. Okay, so when it, again, that would be a Friday thing, and I might do a video on this because this is a question I get a lot. Basically, your goals. When it comes to choosing a printer, first off, personal use or educational or business use. Right off the bat, that should be your first question. If it's for personal use, you have a lot more options. If it's business or educational, you want something with support and certifications, okay? Prusa has support and certifications. Ultimakers, support and certification. Even Lulzbot, support and certifications. Avoron? Heck no. Crealities? Probably not. So, yeah, you want something with that. Now, if it's personal, and for the, like, liability too, like, you don't want to buy ANETs for your school and the school burned down, because that's what ANETs do. So, yeah, that's a thing. And then for personal, then you have a lot more options because you're taking the liability and the maintenance and the support on yourself. Now, if you want a machine for, you know, oh, hey, I just need a machine for a home project. I don't care about how the machine runs. I care about what it produces. You're a cosplay maker. You don't care about the hobby of 3D printing. You just need a 3D printer. Well, then you're looking at some of the things that a educational or business person would be looking at too. You want support, reliability. So you're looking at Prusas. You're looking at some of the upper tier kit printers like the CR6S1 or like those type of printers, right? Or Ender 3S1, whatever. You're looking at those type of printers. And then hobbyists. Then you're looking at things like in my opinion, I'm not a huge believer of this. Buying a cheap, junky printer and upgrading it, I don't really think that's good. Why polish a turd when you could start off with an okay printer, learn to print, learn to maintain a printer, and then build your own printer? That's kind of my thinking, because I'd rather build my own hot rod than inherit somebody's mess and try and fix it. Never inherit a project. Okay, run your own projects. A lot less headache. Let's see here. Yeah, Quinn from Snazzy Labs built a. Yep. Oh, I know. I've been following. Go on his Twitter. He's posted some pictures and videos of it. He did a really good job on that build. He did a really good job. But the LDO kit is very, for a Voron, it's very newbie friendly. PVA support. I haven't played around with multi-material. I use glue stick for bed adhesion a little bit, but in terms of PVA support, I've tried it once on the what's the crappy IDEX I have? The JG Maker Artist D Pro. Don't buy one. I never could get it to work right. It worked okay. Like, it worked okay with their profile, but it just I don't know. That machine got benched pretty quick. Sparta doesn't have the LDO kit? I thought they did. I know they have LDO parts, but I don't know if they have kits. You might have to reach out to them. But yeah, I did reach out. Well, I didn't reach out. I left a comment on his Twitter and YouTube saying, hey, if you have any questions about printers, or if you ever want to build your own printer, I left a comment for Jay's 2 cents. Just, oh, hey, hit me up. I got no problem. But yeah. Are you going to release reviews on the Physik, Trident, and the LDO kit? In the near future. It's not going to be a review. It's going to be more talking about the kit experience, using them as examples. Because let's be honest, they're both Vorons. I know how good I can build a printer. I know how good my profiles are. Functionally, they're both fine. Other than the only issue with the Physik kit was the fans are crap, and they all died, and I had to replace pretty much every fan in the machine. But in terms of like the prints that come off the bed of both of these machines, it doesn't matter if you got an LDO kit or you self-sourced or you bought a FormBot kit. If you build the printer right, the prints will be fine. Unless you have like a bad bearing or a bad rail or a bad fan. But a lot of how a Voron prints comes down to how you built it. I love when people complain about Voron print quality and you look at their build and it's like, my gantry's all bound up. Well, you built it. we just gave you a list of parts and some instructions on how to put them together. You're the one who built it. I built a X5 SA into a VZ bot. A lot of people do that. I know a lot of people want me to build a VZ bot, and I kind of want to do one now. If I were to do one though, it'd be an all-out one with like the metal gantry, and that's one of the reasons I haven't, is there's a lot of non-COTS parts in it. I like COTS parts, commercial off the shelf. If I were to do a VZ bot, I think it's the VZ235, I think he's calling it. I'd want to go all out on it, and I need a kit for that, unfortunately. So we'll see. The same crappy fans, Creality. Yeah, they're horrible. The fans are horrible. I think the only fans I still have in it are the controller fans, and I have them like running at half speed. Okay. Is Doggo a good boy? Yes. I recently heard about the Duet 5, Mini 5. How does it differ from, say, an Octopus? It's running RepRap firmware. When it comes to controller boards, most of them nowadays are 32-bit and have TMC drivers. You'll get the exact same prints out of all of them. Now, obviously, there's different firmwares on some of them. Some are Marlin, some are RepRap, some are Clipper. Some can do more than one, but hardware-wise, 32-bit TMC drivers, functionally all the same. Doesn't matter. Pick the firmware you want and pick a board that is of the quality you want. Duets are very good boards. They're pricey though. SKRs are okay boards. Most of them work okay. You might get the odd lemon. It is what it is. But functionally, they're all pretty much the same nowadays. It's not like the old days where a board made a big difference on a printer. Nowadays, not so much. And as long as it has the hookups for the type of printer you want. Updating Clipper when you have slave boards. Got a problem with slave board not being updated to Clipper? You have to So somebody was asking, this is just a quick one, I'll just answer it here, you know, it's like a Friday question. Sometimes when you update Clipper, you have to update the firmware on your controller board. Not always. I think there's only been one update for Clipper in the past year where you had to do that. Basically, you just have to reflash your board like you did when you originally set everything up. So you shouldn't have to you shouldn't have to mess with your config or anything. I'd recommend saving your config to your computer, like backup just in case. But you just have to reflash the board like you did when you originally did, because the firmware is now out of date. Taff Fox, hi, hello there. CAN boss install hoverboard boards have shipped. Okay. Opinion on the Anchormate M5 gimmicky machine. Let's see what Danos here commented. House appliance for everyone, niche, but 3D printing still requires knowledge, space. Gimmick printer. Yeah. Here's the thing with the Anchor. We've seen this before. Every now and then a company comes out with a printer for the every person. The printer in your living room, right? 3D printing ain't like that. It's not, especially FDM. FDM, too many variables to have a 100% reliable machine. You slice a file wrong and you're going to have a failure. You're going to have spaghetti, right? You forget overhangs or support, whatever. Resin, in my opinion, resin is more reliable than FDM. I've had much less failures on resin machines than FDM machines. But again, you slice something wrong, it goes wrong. And resin is cancer. It's cancer in a bottle. You got to wear gloves. The whole post-processing thing is a nightmare. Versus FDM where you like just take it off the bed and you're done. So every home having a 3D printer, no. There's like inkjet binding ones. I think they talked about it on Melt Zone, the recent Melt Zone podcast, and basically same sentiment. Got my Raspberry Pico today for the USB 80XL. Nice. Can I pat myself on the back for my first forum build? The Trident is printing awesome. That's good to hear, Chris. They are getting closer to having kit. Mello has a frame now. Okay. Hate the move Big Tree Tech did with the SPI SD card slots on the board. The CIO is the Clipper SCR. I'm not too sure what you mean there. Who are my favorite content creators? Oh, Angus. Angus talked about it then. Oh yeah, he talked about it in his video on the Anchor. That's right. In terms of my favorite content creators, there's different genres I watch. You know, like I'm subscribed to your generic. You know, all the big 3D print one, Tech One, Linus, whatever. Twitch, I watch Wubby. I've been on YouTube. I've had a YouTube account since 2006. I have, you name it. I have like 400 subs. I'm subbed to like 400 channels. It's a mixed bag. But yeah, you know, like in 3D printing terms, Joel, Tom 3D, Tom Sam Ladder, Tom, Stefan, CNC Kitchen, Maker's Muse, Joel Osmond. Is it Joel Osmond? I did a thing. You know the ones all the other tech people subscribe to. Jay's 2 cents, Lightest Tech Tips, etc. What's your guilty pleasure? I watch Mojo. I don't watch Mojo. I don't watch those usually. Tom Salamander, exactly. Tom Salamander. You can update the board for without fiddling around with the S key with SKR2 Octopus STIO. Oh, okay. I don't know. It's been a while since I've updated mine. Will we see the doggo today? He's moping by the door. Is there anything on the specs of the Prusa XL that interests you? It's a big printer. Flashback to a few streams ago when I realized how big, and I'm trying to figure out where to put it in this room now. I'm honestly looking forward to a reliable, off-the-shelf tool changer. I'm getting the dually. I have it pre-ordered. Big Papa Joey P is going to get a lot of my loonies. I am not looking forward to that when that bill comes in, because that's going to be many monies. But I'm getting the dually, so the 2-head one. So the way it's set up is you have pretty much 1 head, 2 heads, or like 5 heads. Okay, and if you want 5 heads, it's more because you got to get a separate board because it needs another breakout board for the 3 extra controllers. But long story short, I don't need 5 heads, okay? I have an Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder that can do 6 colors. So if I want to do multicolor prints, I can do multicolor prints. I don't do multicolor prints. It's just not something I do. So in this case, having a dually, that's dual filament. So a print material and a support material. That's the one I'm really interested in. So yeah. Maybe he said, I don't think I have enough YouTube cred to qualify for the for a review sample of the Prusa XL. Joel doesn't even know if he's getting a review unit. He's pre-ordered one. He's buying one, but even he doesn't know if he's getting like one sent to him. So you will love printing PLA with PTG supports. I'll give that a try. Which Voron has the best compatibility with ERCFA? In my opinion, Switchwire and the Trident. The reason for that is the V2, XYZ. Okay, so technically all Vorons except for the V0 will support the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder. Although you technically could get it working on the V0. I just, with the size of a purge block, you don't put it on a V0. You'll have like no room to actually print anything. So don't put an ERCFA on a V0. But even a Legacy. On a V2, you need a long Bowden because the toolhead moves in the X, Y, and Z. So it's a longer Bowden. The longer the Bowden between the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder and the toolhead itself, the longer it takes to do filament changes, the more chance something goes wrong, right? You want to shorten that distance as much as possible. So Trident, Switchwire, ones where the gantry only moves in 2 planes, right? X, Y, not X, Y, Z. Or in the Switchwire case, it's X, Z. So. Haven't checked on Eddie in a while. He got it up and running again. It's up and running, and he's playing with a camera to ensure that his offsets for both tool heads are the same, like kind of like how a pick and place machine plays with cameras. He posted some updates on Twitter. Proper printing. I do watch. I am subscribed to Proper Printing. Same with like Ivan Miranda and his giant red PLA tank. Legacy is great for multicolor printer. Yeah, the Legacy would be another good option. Same reason as the Trident. I still want to build a Legacy, dang it. Is that it for questions? Is that all I got? Belt chance. Yeah, most of the questions I got on Patreon were Friday type questions. Belt tension. I love when people ask me belt tension, because when I do belt tension, I literally go, yeah, it feels okay. And then I run the print. And if the print looks okay, I leave it. People are out getting like, oh, it's tuned to 48.62 degrees or hertz. And I'm like, that's nice. Like when I push my belt, it feels okay. And I think that's okay. Strap annoy me? Nope. Because it generates engagement. So the reason this strap is always, every time I put it on, I have to buckle it, right? So this is actually, this apron, you're supposed to tie it. I got lazy and put buckles on it. But every time I buckle it up, I end up twisting the one buckle. And so that means every time I put this on and off, this strap gets spun once. Every time. And over months, it builds up into this. So there's like, let's be honest, I got no weight in it. I got some pens, I got a, usually a knife and like that's it. So it's not like there's any weight on here, and it's not like hurting my shoulder or anything, but yeah. Custom aprons. Custom aprons would be pricey. Does Kiddo ever try stealing your cup? Because it looks like a sippy cup. Oh, a G Fuel shaker? No. He doesn't really drink sippy cups. He's past that now. Belt tension is so over. Yep, people over tighten their belts way too much, in my opinion. Also, here's the thing with belt tension. It's going to vary on the length of the belt. It's going to vary on the temperature of the room. It's going to vary on the age of the belt, or the makeup of the belt. There is a ton of variables that will affect tension. So, yeah. You need to get your wife to give you putting on a bra instructions. I don't need instructions for putting them on. I need instructions. No, I don't. let's see here. Anything from the Twitters? No. You guys see all the drama going on with Creality Cloud? So Creality is trying to make their own print service site, like or print part site, and people are calling them out left and right for copyright models on their site, and I guess they started blocking people. So they have to get some sleep before work. Aw. Yeah, let me pull it up here. Creality Cloud. Yeah, there you go. One. World's first all-in-one 3D printing. What does that even mean? All-in-one 3D printing platform. Like, what does that even mean, Creality? Does the LDO kit come with induct? Mine did. Mine came with the probe, and it also came with the stuff for clicky. So, wow, it's a rabbit. It's a rabbit. It's a rabbit. Sermoon S1. I do want to check out that printer. I am interested in Creality's printers that aren't V-wheel bed flingers. I don't get what makes this all in one place. Like it's just a, and I love their stock footage. I love this. I love their stock footage that they use. But yeah, basically everyone's shitting on them because they have a whole bunch of stolen content. Even I went on there, I searched Voron. There's tons of models there's a dozen models that are Voron models that are on their site under the wrong license. If you want to upload a Voron model, it has to be GPL v3. If you want to upload a part from Voron or a derivative of a Voron part, so if you customize, if you design your own part completely from scratch, you can do whatever you want from it. But if you take the Voron, you know, afterburner front face and you delete Voron off and write Super Mick Awesome Printer on it, that's a derivative. You have to release that part. You can do that, but you have to release that part under the Open GPL v3 license, because that's what this part is under. So if you want to release a derivative of that part, you have to do that. The problem is, Creality's site, as far as I'm aware, is only Creative Commons license or something like that. So if you upload any parts to any Voron parts on Creality or any derivative parts, you are breaking the license essentially, and there's Voron parts on there. So yeah. The stock music, it's the music I play is stream beats. It's music specifically for, like, well, Twitch streams, but I use it on YouTube. Oh yeah, YouTube too. But there's a whole bunch of different tracks. So like this is the EDM, synthwave, lo-fi. There's quite a few playlists of different stuff. So we can do some chip tunes. But the reason is that way I don't get DMCA'd. And I don't want Sony BMG taking my money. Maybe that cloud will slice parts for you, and then I don't get slicing on the cloud. I don't get that. Like, okay, on your phone if you want to print something, but the problem is, even I would like some of my machines. This one, the LDO is doing pretty good, and actually the V Minion, so far, like, are pretty much 100%. I hit slice and it prints, and I got no issues. Do you trust remotely starting a Creality printer to start a print when you're not even home through the cloud? Like, do you trust just being on your phone, pulling up a Benchy or some other random model, you know, whatever the flavor of the month print is on Reddit, loading that into your Creality cloud slicer, hitting slice, and then telling your printer at home to start printing that by itself? Do you really trust that? The answer is no. And I know you don't. Yeah. Even the Anchor. They're V-wheel bed flingers. Good luck. All you need is, you know, your part not to stick to your bed that good, or your cat's on the bed when your printer starts. Like, no. No. Yeah, I don't trust that at all. And you shouldn't too. Like, I know people that have, like, high-level commercial printers. Like, you know, Strasus machines, and guess what? Prints fail on a Strasus. So So did you see my son playing a 100-year-old public domain song because they use it in a movie? Yep, that YouTube and copyright is. Ugh. You have some experience. Yeah, that was what was it? It was some color fab. It was some color fab XT20 that I was trying to print something with, and it just didn't want to stick to the bed. I started the print. It looked like it was going okay. Like literally, like I watched like 2 seconds of the print. I'm like, okay, line's going down. I drove my kid to daycare. I came home yesterday and I got a blob of doom. So, hey, Joker Nut. Start prints at home without a problem. That's why I have a camera. Well, that's true. If you can remotely see the printer on the camera, then yeah, you can go ahead and do that. But a lot of people don't. I don't. I haven't punched a hole in my firewall, so I can watch these printers through my when I'm not home. So, and considering I'm now a YouTuber, and surprisingly that attracts people, I'm not about to punch a hole in my firewall. So let's see, what else can we talk about? I don't know. Do I want to bring up drama with YouTube comments on my videos? That would be fun. I could do that. I highly doubt they remember, but let's just put it this way. If you want to complain about a printer that you built, because you think it's unsafe, without any anecdotal evidence, making false claims, at least back it up with evidence. Like, let's just leave it at that. Oh, and then, by the way, I know this has been said a billion times, but no, the Voron team does not have any payment arrangements with any companies. So as much as you may think we're getting paid off by like LDO, no, we're not. We're not. There's a donate button on the Voron page. That's it. That goes in. That helps pay for the dev fund. That's about it. So yeah. What wireless router do you use to support all your RPIs? I have a Ubiquiti Amplify Alien as my home Wi-Fi router, and I have, like, including the printers, like 30 things connected to it. I got a bunch of Google Home Minis and phones, and pretty much every TV talks to it, and yeah. So that is my go-to. Ubiquitous. Yeah, I'm really liking it. It got funky on me once. I updated at one point, and it decided to like completely forget everything about my home network. Like nothing would connect to it. Everything was connected to it, and I had to like rename my home network to something else, and then everything reconnected. I don't know. It had like an aneurysm or something. Don't use LRS power support. What's wrong with LRS? Yeah, Ubiquiti is pricey. I considered it a business expense at that point because I had just like your shitty D-Link before, and I'd have to restart printers all the time to get them to reconnect to the Wi-Fi. With the Ubiquiti, no, it just works. Is there a good alternative Raspberry Pi for Clipper? There's a few other options out there. There's like the Banana Pi boards, the Orange Pi. Technically, anything that can run Linux can run Clipper. You just have to install the packages manually. There is no image, for Clipper. If you want to install Clipper on like an old, thin client. If you want to install Clipper on a thin client, you can use an old thin client. But you have to install Linux on it, some form of Linux. I think like Raspbian or Armbian, I think is the common one. So you have to install Linux on this, and then you have to like SSH into it and install Linux or Clipper manually, like by command line, run all the commands to install Clipper, which can be done. And I did do it. I have an Orange Pi Zero that I did install Clipper on way back when we were developing the V0, because we were looking for, this was before like, it was like we were trying to figure out a small controller for the Raspberry Pi Zero, and we were trying that. So I did buy an Orange Pi Zero, and the problem is the Wi-Fi shit on it, so. LRS are not being sold because they don't have a power factor correction. Oh. Okay. But yeah, technically anything that runs Linux you can run. So now here's the thing. I know a lot of people are like, I'm just going to use an old computer. Think of your power costs at that point. How much power does a Raspberry Pi draw on idle? For power draw. So a Raspberry Pi 4 consumes 3.8 to 4 watts idle. And it consumes, with 2 cores busy, 5 watts. And with 3 cores, it consumes 5.5. So we're looking at like maybe up to 6 at most watts. Now, I leave my printers on all the time. All my printers are on. These are all on right now. Actually, the V0 is off and Tall Boy's off. But every other one of these printers is on. They're just on. So if you had a computer on, I'm pretty sure my home server that's always on is drawing more than 6 watts constantly. So, you know, you got a 500 watt power supply on your computer. Yeah, it's an old computer. Old computers are not efficient. So think about the cost. So yeah, you may save a little bit of money by using an old laptop or an old desktop to run Clipper. But in terms of power cost, at the end of the year, it might not be as cheap as you thought. So you can also use a phone. That's right. You can use phones. Somebody was asking me how to use a phone. I'm not going to show you how to use a phone because Tom3D did a video on how to use a phone for Octoprint. But I'm pretty sure if it works for Octoprint, you can do Clipper as well. So. Find the Pi 4 unreliable on my mesh. I don't have a mesh. I just have a single. My house isn't big enough to require a mesh. I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, I just have the router right in the middle of the room or middle of the house in the basement. And yeah, it's like 20 feet that way, if that. My computer upstairs, I ran Ethernet, so I have Ethernet for that though. Any experience with the Big Tree Tech Pad 5? I have it. I gotta actually put it together and play with it. Somebody else on the team has it, and it works fine. The only thing is, it has EC. It depends on the CM4 you're using. If you're using like an ECC one, or with the built-in memory that's on the board and not an SD card, you gotta like, the installation's a little funky, I believe, but yeah. No, okay, there's an app for Octoprint. Installing Clipper on a phone requires rooting it and installing Debian. Yeah, so it's a little bit more involved. You have no idea how many people have asked, where do I get an LRS? Do I have to import it? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. We spec the LRS just because it's cheap and it works. Well, for a Meanwell power supply, it's cheap and it works. Let's look in here. Unbiased comparison, mainsail versus fluid. They both just work just fine. I'm using mainsail more now. I was using fluid for the longest time. I started using mainsail because fluid development was on hiatus for a bit. It's recently resumed, so I'll probably go back to trying that out. Honestly, functionally they're both the same. They both make them. You're gonna get the same benchy out of both. So. Waiting over a month now for Formbot kit. Yeah, anything shipped from China is going to be a little delayed right now because China's having an outbreak, and their zero COVID policy means lockdowns, all the lockdowns. I just realized there's no end stops on this. They use sensor lists for the XY. That's right. That is right. Found fluid easier to install. They should be pretty similar. So my one issue I'm having with mainsail is my computer upstairs. I have 3 monitors. Okay, so I got my main monitor for like my main monitor. I have a secondary monitor where I usually have like YouTube or Twitch or open, and then I have a third monitor that's above my main monitor, and that I have Discord on. And I have it half the screen, and the other half of the screen is my printers. I have a web browser with my printers. The problem is, it's like a 1680 monitor. It's not a 1080p. It's like one step down, but yeah, it's like a 1680 monitor. So Discord can only shrink down so much. So I'm only left with like this much room for the screen that has my printers on, which is usually fine. It's just webcam usually. The problem is with mainsail, if you shrink down the box, the window that mainsail is open in to a thin enough diameter, it just completely stops trying to show a webcam. It just doesn't show the webcam. So you have to like over open it, and Discord sits on, it's annoying. Fluid doesn't have that issue. Any thoughts on the new Cure? I haven't played with that yet. There is a new Cure engine. You know what? We'll try that tomorrow. Tomorrow, I said at the beginning of the stream, I've got the Kingroon KP3? KP3. So they sent me this. So we're going to build this, and then we're going to try out the new Cura. So that'll be tomorrow's stream. And thank you for the 10. Yeah, 1680 by 1050. Yeah. The Big Tree Tech pad fight says perfect for Vorons. They never talked to us about it at all. They just kind of said, hey, it's good. So if somebody was interested in the PIF program, what would be your ultimate modded Voron specifically built for the purpose? Either a V2 or a Trident that's squat. So build a 300. 300 is like the optimal size for a PIF. The plates are big that you can. It's like one or two less plates than a 250, and they're not outrageously long time. They're still like within a day, like a 1 day print for the plate. So a 300 by 300, and I wouldn't go tall. I'd build a squat one, so like 250 or even 200 if the machine was only going to do PIF, because there's no tall Voron parts. Every Voron part's flat to the ground basically. So a 300 by 300 by short Zed. Pancake Voron, basically. Yeah, don't build a tall boy. Build a squat boy. And then the thing is, remember, this is a 250 Zed Trident. This is a 300 Zed V2. And the Trident is like 20 millimeters taller. And it's got 50 millimeters less Zed. Well, actually, this is 280. Technically, this is 280 and this is like 245, but who's counting? Vorons actually haven't been square print volume since like V2.0. We've lost some Zed. But that's because we don't change the frame size. The frame from a 2.4 is the same size as the frame from a 2.4 or 2.0. Really need to force the issue with FormBot. The thing is, FormBot is probably your best bet for a kit in a box. They're probably the most common ones I've seen. And I've seen the least amount of complaints with them. Personally, I'd avoid blue rolls. I've heard really sketchy stuff from blue rolls. Fizek is... Their Trident kit that I built turned out okay. They forgot to ship some panels, or they shipped the wrong size panels, and they forgot to ship a hot end, and the bed fans were crap. But the actual printer itself was fine. That's the thing with kits. Kits in a box, bomb in a box, you're probably gonna have to swap out a few things. The only actual kit that is like mint, in my opinion, is the LDO kit. With the inner Z screws, I thought too. Yeah, Trident will have full Z now. Mine doesn't, because I have the old parts in it. Yeah, Trident has now been updated to have full 250 or 300 Z. Mine doesn't. Some KP3Ss come with a misaligned Z plate and the rod doesn't align well. You should check if yours... I will check. Actually, is there a KP3 and a KP3S? Because I could have sworn they were going to send me a KP3S, and that box just says KP3. Okay, there is no KP3 it's just the 3S. So I'm assuming it's the 3S. I don't see KP3 anywhere. It's a little shit simple printer. I like it. $180mm printer. It's like the Prusa Mini comes out, and now all of a sudden 180mm cantilever gantry printers are all hot now. So KP3 was the previous model. Well, they sent me a KP3. I thought they were sending me a KP3S. Yeah, it's KP3. So mine looks different than this one. I think looking at the only difference is the tool head, I think. This comes with like a Titan, I think. KP3. Nope, mine doesn't look like this. Images. Mine doesn't look like any of these. Okay, mine looks like this. So I think the only difference with the S, I think the only difference is the extruder. Or maybe it's just the box. I don't know. Okay, so if the only difference is the Titan, then I'm not too concerned. Honestly, the Titan extruder is kind of eh, in my opinion. So. I don't know. Well, here, we'll just... You know what? I was going to open it up on stream, but well, because you guys got me curious. I will break the seal and we'll take a looky-loo. Because I'm starting to lose my voice here, I think. I'm starting to sound pretty stuffy, I think. So. What's in the box? Let's see what we got here. Don't tell chat tomorrow that we opened it. Okay, yeah, it's a 3S. Yeah. Yeah, see? We got the 3S. So it is the 3S. Or KP3, yeah, it's KP3S. Kingroon. So yeah, we do have this 3S. So yeah, they just changed, yeah, see? Warranty card, KP3S. Yeah, so it is a 3S, okay. There we go. Oh, we're gonna explode this. So yeah, it is a 3S. Okay, back in the box. Nobody tell chat that we opened it. If any of you lie and tell chat tomorrow that we opened this today, you're gonna get it. Speaking of tool heads, have you seen the slice integrated with LGX? No. Honestly, I don't look at slice hot ends too much. What is it? It's the integrated with an LGX. Oh yeah, I've seen those. I have I run LGXs, but yeah, they're like all-in-one thing. I'm not a fan of all-in-ones. I'm personally not a fan of extruder tool, hot end combos. I'm just not a huge fan of that. And then the new LGX one is weird looking. I don't know. I hope to get the P-Rex to work. Apparently it does work. Apparently it prints, and we are going to build one at some point. Gotta go to work. See you, John. So yeah, tomorrow's stream's probably going to be 4 o'clock, by the way. If you juggle 3 spools on stream. Well, here's the thing. I can't even juggle, let alone spools of filament. So, yeah. Do I have any clear tape? Can I tape this back up? Nah, I'll just... Ugh, it's a little box. That's for sure. So where are we going to put the Prusa? I got to put the Prusa somewhere. There we go. You can live on the Trident. There we go. That works. And then we're all set for building that tomorrow. What's still in here? What's in here? Oh, there's... Is that it? Alright, trying to blow the plug out the other end. Nope. Tie the box closed with a bow of TPU. Okay, so let's, I gotta make some room here, so. I got 3 builds on. I got the Micron build. We got to finish up the Micron. That'll be Saturday. We're building the King Room tomorrow. And then we got the Prusa. So I got 3 freaking builds on the go right now. This will be, I'll have like 20 printers after this. Chiptune music. What's wrong with chiptune music? So what's left in here? The extruder motor. So I can get rid of this box now. I will say, I get so much cardboard. Like the amount of cardboard and garbage I get now is ridiculous. Like it just adds up. It just adds up. It's like, where did all this come from? Okay, so that box can go there. So let's put the electronics, which don't have a box, with them in this box. I don't think there's anything. But yeah, it's just the amount of cardboard and plastic bags and boxes is just insane. Like, I'm tempted just to rent a dumpster sometimes. Dustin, $10. PRX semi-works for now. 0, 0 in the middle is still a problem. I could see that. Because it's got to be perfectly, like, aligned or you're screwed. Is that Tech Flex wrap? I don't know, it came with the Prusa. Whatever comes with a Prusa. What's the oddest or most exotic material? I don't know, CF nylon. I got some PC ABS. I don't know. I don't print with the really funky, like, I don't print peak. Nobody needs to print peak unless you're like working at a doctor's office or whatever. You don't need to print peak. You think you do, but you don't. So I don't know why people think they need to print peak on their enders. It's like just something people think they need to do now. All my Prusa docs, paperwork. I gotta register this printer still. Okay, is that all the Prusa stuff? Yeah, okay. Gotta chop this box down. Just recycle it. Well, yeah. It just, the problem is, it's like you get all these big boxes, and especially with printers that come with like styrofoam. Because you can't, yeah, like especially like the white styrofoam that doesn't break, that just gets everywhere. Mark 3S kit. By the way, I went on an adventure today. I went to the Prusa Facebook group. And apparently I spelt it, I wrote KP3S or S3 instead of KP3S, or wrong printer. I wrote Mark S3 instead of Mark 3S, and people were offended. Oh no. Oh, what do I need to print in Peak? Dentals. Apparently Peak is used a lot for orthodontic stuff. Sorry. Yeah, that's the thing. NASA put out a paper how they got a lulz bot to print Peak by basically rebuilding the whole thing in a freaking oven. And everyone's like, oh, so you can print on any printer, you just gotta do some mods. It's like, it's $400 a kilogram. What do you need to print? Did you ever find the why the mic did not charge? I don't know. I don't know if I just didn't have the USB cable plugged in, because I got a power bar right here, like underneath the desk, underneath the bench here, and it's got USB ports on it. It does 3 amp charging, and I had it plugged in. It just didn't charge, so I don't know what happened. This is drop for pack. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. How come a member stream doesn't show number? There's 39 viewers currently. I don't know. says I started 9 minutes ago. Oh, well, it's been an hour and 10 minutes. Although we are probably going to end it soon because I'm starting to lose my voice. When we get a new null walls benchy? Soon. Yeah, maybe I'll, you know what? Let's see here, printers, toasty boy. Let's do a CF nylon one, see how that turns out. Okay, cookie to 80. Actually, I gotta bump my Z up just a little bit. Let's do a benchy. 3D benchy. So print settings. So we want one bottom layer, no top layers, no perimeters, infill. We'll go with like 20%. Gyroid. Oh, wait, no. Turn off, not connected. Oh, 10,000 IU of D3. I have no idea what that is. Why are you? I gotta update my version of, actually, yeah, 25%. Slice down. I really gotta update the version of Super Slicer I got on here. What's printing? Nothing. We're gonna run a an only benchy. The slicer's having fun trying to slice it without infill, without walls. There we go. Okay, maybe we'll have to connect infill. We're missing some stuff there. Okay. Connected. Try again. Yeah, see that? That's the problem, we're getting some layers. So yeah, maybe we bump it up to 40. No, slice that. Cost you a planet and you won't hit a dead end with new builds. Eventually it'll just be like, here's the thing, the way everything is set up is, that might work. No, we still got some, like, it's fine. Yeah, we might be okay. We might be okay. Yeah, what's going on here? There's like a few areas. There's like a few areas where it just doesn't want to. But no, like, the thing is, obviously I won't be able to do builds all the time. So if we don't have builds, there'll be tweaks, there'll be mods, there'll be just printed chill streams. Like, there's always stuff you can kind of do. It's not complaining about the model. Just trying to figure out why it doesn't want to. We might be okay. Oh, actually, I know what I did. I know how I got the only benchy to work. I had to scale it up. That's right. So how about the inquiry about the G Fuel? I tweeted at him. Ooh, the lights just flickered. There we go. Let's drop it back down to 25% infill. That's, I remember I had to upsize it. There we go. That looks like a benchy. So we are going to print a benchy in CF nylon. For some reason, there's a few layers where it's actually printing a freaking layer. It does one bottom layer. It does a layer there, a layer there, and then well, because it thinks it's a bottom for some reason. Oh, that, yeah, and bridging there, yeah, whatever. Export G code, save. So we are printing a benchy, 200%, 25% infill in carbon fiber nylon at 300 degrees on an ADC bed with like 20% part fan. YOLO. You cannot post links in chat. If you want to send me a link, you have to DM me it on Twitter or Discord. Printables. There's a lattice benchy. Yeah, see, no, that looks cool. Don't get me wrong, that looks cool. I'm going to download it. But that is not an only benchy. That is a... That's not an infill benchy. There's a difference. An only benchy is infill. This is an infill. This is an artistic benchy. There is a difference. Did I enter the E3D overhang contest? You mean the egg? I did tweet at it, so I guess I technically was entered for it, but yeah. Solid infill. I'm not going to use solid infill because that's just a solid benchy. But yeah, I know I won't, going back to the previous question from a little bit ago, I know I obviously won't be able to do builds every time, right? The way I see it, really the only dedicated build day is Saturday. Saturday is the build day. Tuesday is build day, tweak day, mod day, like that kind of thing. But obviously stuff can always move around. So I'm sure there will be a day where I don't have anything to build during a week. And it'll just be, hey, we'll just kind of print stuff and hang out and, you know, maybe do a maintenance on a printer, mod on a printer. There's always stuff that can be done. That's one of the things, like, I have problems with videos, like why I don't do any videos on builds is because I save everything for the streams. So and then hopefully as the channel grows, there'll be other things to do. I would love to have an actual location to work out of, because then I could do like machining stuff and project stuff, like actual stuff, because there's always projects I can work on. Like I need to build an overhang camera dolly system. Like there's always stuff to do. Because you probably paused it for a minute, Sanity. Unlike Twitch, you can actually pause the stream on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. The screw sorting. Like I have a whole box of parts I got to take heat sets out of. We can sort screws. There's all kinds of stuff we can do. I am on the Voron Discord, Uber Nero. And I don't know about you, but I always find it weird when I say my online name. Like, I never call myself Nero 3D. Like, I never do. I'm Taylor. Hi, my name's Taylor. Like, I just find that weird saying my online name. Your handle. Oh yeah, I guess that's what the handle. My mother was. See, my parents were smart. They're like, well, if it's a boy, Taylor. If it's a girl, Taylor. Done. Let's see if that first layer sticks down. Stream cache? I don't think it crashed. According to OBS, I'm uploading. Use any glue? Yes. So I've taken to lately using textured PEI with a light layer of glue stick, and that's kind of like my go-to. Even on the ABS, it just works. So let me actually double check. Ugh. Yeah, I think we did. Ah. It's the problem with having printers on the ground. Yeah, this camera's there. I gotta work on it. Right now, the camera for the LDO V2 is literally just a webcam that I have like... Here, let me pull it up here. LDO V2. It's literally just a webcam sitting on top of the printer. Like, there you guys are. Hello. It's literally just a webcam I have sitting on top of the printer. It's kind of like, yeah, right about there. Because I ordered a webcam for it. I'm good with like, I'm going to print a housing, and it should mount right here, like on the upper crossbar. And then the webcam I have on V226 here is using an arm that I printed back for my V1.5. That's why it sticks out like this. It's like literally sticking out here, and it looks through the dirty window. I'm gonna replace that finally. The Trident, well here, actually, as I can show you on this camera. So the Trident webcam is mounted the same as the webcam for Toasty, and it's literally just a ribbon cable camera. And it's just VHB to the back panel, right there. So Toasty is the same way. It's just a ribbon cable camera, like a Pi Cam, and it's just VHB to the back panel, and that's where it just sits. So, but the camera that I'm going to put in here should hopefully kind of sit right about here, so I should get like this kind of view once it's all done. But in the meantime, I'm just going to leave it sitting on top of the printer. There we go. Let's be honest, for the longest time, before I had these like fancy lights up here, I literally just had like an LED like shop light that I just laid on top of my printer to illuminate it. A VOD about the correct for cereals? It's make a post with your Discord name with the numbers and a video of the printer printing with cable management. I don't do the cereals, so do I smear it with IPA after you put glue stick, or just glue stick? I just put a light layer of Elmer's white glue, not even the purple stuff, like literally this stuff. I just go and call it a day. Still going. This stream's only been an hour and like 20 minutes. I normally go for 3 to 4 hours. That's nothing. Panzer mod that Steve did. Nice clean location. Okay. What about the rate? Yep, we still got to do that. I still have 100 and something pictures that I got to go through, but we will do the rate my printer stream at some point. That will probably be a Friday thing. Thing is, I got to download all the pictures and scrub all the personal information out of them. That's the problem. So, if Warren does a food printer, will they assign serial numbers? Ban. Also found that you really want the OV5648, not the 56. I got whatever Heart K linked me to get for those cameras. So. Hey, it's printing. I have no idea if it's working or not. We shall see. Did my wife think you were crazy when I said full-time YouTube? Nope. Because, like a, you know, proper couple, we discussed it all beforehand. Like, we talked it out. Hey, this is the plan. Here are the numbers. You know, little guy starts school in September. We won't have to pay for daycare. I'll be able to walk him to school and pick him up from school instead of having to figure out trips because we live too close to the school for a bus. And our work schedules wouldn't work for picking him up or dropping him off half the time because shift work. So yeah, it actually, we had a whole discussion. It's like, you know what, if the numbers continue and improve a little bit, we'll be okay. So we'll see. But financial advice, don't get in debt. Try and avoid debt as much as possible. Don't carry credit card debt, and allows you when you know, plan. Don't get in deep in debt and don't have a lot of bills. Don't get a new car every 2 years, and yeah. So yeah. 64 days to Murph. I cannot wait. Next month I got the Rapid TCT Detroit. I'll be going to that. I'm gonna have to figure out. I've never recorded videos. Like I've done. I did the interview with the local place that makes filament, Replitech. I done that on site, but that was like a sit-down interview in a closed environment. I've never done a trade show thing, so I got to figure out how to do that because I don't know what kind of content. I know for Murph, the plan is I'm going to vlog it. So I'm just going to record pretty much everything. I don't know if I'm going to get GoPro or get like a Sony ZV-1 or whatever. I could use the A6400, but that's a little bulky, I think. So I'm thinking of vlogging the whole thing and making like vlog videos, like, you know, Murph Day 1 or the road there and back, or like try and make like a fun vlog series out of it. And not just, okay, today we're at Murph here at the E3D booth. Can you show us the Revos? Okay, no, I want to vlog it, you know. So I don't know how good the internet is there, because the problem is with internet is I am Canadian, so I don't really want to use my phone over there and pay long distance data fees or whatever it's called. I know I've been dinged because I live so close to the border, where I've been like downtown and my phone switched over to the American phone network, and like I sent a text and like watched a YouTube video and I got like a $20 bill. So yeah. Any plan for Murph giveaways? I don't think so. I'm gonna try and get a whole bunch of stickers made, about Only Benchy stickers. Maybe bring some. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So if you want any merch, go to, you know, merch.onlybenchies.com. I'll put it in chat here. Bang merch or exclamation mark merch in chat. It should pop up. Although I don't know if the bot's working. I don't think the bot's working. The bot freaks out when I have both streams running, so it's not working. Strap a GoPro to his head. I have seen streaming setups. So here's the thing. There are streaming backpacks where you have like a backpack. It's got like a little computer in it or a phone or a tablet or whatever. and you have like a little GoPro or camera on like an arm, like an arm that sits there. So something like that might work. Just get a US SIM. The problem is I never go to the States, so I have no idea how to do that. DJI OM5 for your phone or DJI Pocket 2. I will look into those. I know one of them got like pretty locked down and a lot of people weren't happy with it. I think it's the Pocket. Yeah, you have to use the app, and it's like, I think this is the one. Let's see how much it sucks to be in Canada. $653 or $51. Yay! $620. Yay! $439. Yay, Canada! Oof. John, I'll look into it. I'm not sure. Get a GoPro with a Volta powered stick. DJI. I haven't heard good things about DJI. So what's the GoPro equivalent? The GoPro with Volta powered stick truck. Volta? Oh, this thing. That would be cool. Because GoPro video quality is like pretty good. So yeah, so that's 169, which so oh god, GoPros are the last. Okay, not gonna lie, the last time I actually looked up a GoPro was like in 2011 when I was still in the army. Like, it's been a while since I looked up GoPros. Schlonky Kong, member for 8 months. Why do you like selling me expensive coffee? Why do you look like you sell me? Oh god, I do look like... Is my head crooked or is the hat crooked? There we go. I don't know. By the way, with cap on, you really look like Mick Fitty. Who is Mick Fitty? Who is Mick Fitty? Oh god. I have no idea who that is. Okay. I gotta be careful pulling up names on YouTube with or Google or on Google on YouTube. Don't want to accidentally pull up anything NSFW. I'm trying to buy it. Kind of. The thing is, I don't really do a lot of stuff that would require it. I would like a FLIR camera, obviously. To, you know, there's obviously stuff you can use it for. We'll see. It's kind of like on my list of things I would like after I find somewhere to like phase 2. Like right now, like if you consider, you know, seasons, I think right now we're on season 2 of the channel, or season 3. So season 1 was me in the other room, just kind of doing it part-time, just having fun. Season 2 was when I moved into this room and started doing it like regularly and taking it seriously. Season 3 is okay, full-time. We're going at it. Content, you know, 3 streams a week, hopefully a video a week. I'm working on that still, I know. And regular, and then I think season 4 is like not in the basement anymore. I think that's kind of a season 4 thing. We'll see. I'm not a huge fan of 360 cameras. I'm not a huge fan of 360 cameras because I can't stand watching 360 content and always having to move it around. No. I've spare sim. The thing is, by the time Murph runs around, G Funny Money, I think I gotta get a new phone. My phone plan's actually expired, so like I'm due for a new phone, and I think because now I can business expense it, I'll just get a plan that allows me to go to this like with American roving, because I think it's like $5 or $10 a month for roving, so you can edit 180. I know, but I'm not a fan of the way that it looks. I've watched a few videos. I'm just not a fan of the way it looks. Canadian prices are better than New Zealand prices. Well, yeah, bigger ocean in the way. We tested a 360. The thing is, the resolution, in my opinion, because it gets stretched over 360. So you have like a regular camera, but the lens stretches everything. So it's like your actual resolution isn't that great, I think, with it. And it's really fisheyed, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Next part, hopefully this week. Hopefully. I recorded some stuff already. I just got to get around to finishing it. And I got to find the shirt. Because I recorded stuff on one day, and then so I got to wear that shirt for the whole video for continuity. Yeah, how's the print coming? Well, it seems to be printing. Just clip the camera to your apron. Oh shit, should I bring the apron? I don't think I'm gonna bring the apron. I don't. I got some, I'm gonna bring a bunch of Only Benchy shirts and whatnot. I got the brand now. So I don't think I'm gonna actually bring the, I might bring the apron just because, but I don't think I'm actually gonna wear it because it's in a barn in June. It's gonna be hot. So. Design and print one of the 4-finger rings with Only Benchy. I don't think people would recommend it's me without the. Go back and watch my old videos. What's really sad? Oh my god. Let's pull my old videos up. Sort by oldest. I love the old videos where it's just like my camera, which is my phone, on a tripod, just looking down at the green bench. The classic. I miss the old Nero 3D. There we go. The very first live stream. I don't know why. There we go. YouTube just. Oh my god. See? I had a shirt on. I didn't have a beard. We were in the other room. I'm not even going to unmute it because the audio was horrible. Right here. Oh, no, I can't mute that audio. Yeah, look at this.
Printer in PETG, and then I had to basically.
Oh my god, that was so bad. Look away, kids. Look away, children. That's horrible. Just woke up. Look, that was at the end of the day. I'm like talking like this, and I'm like, you know, I don't have the voice that I do. Like it. So much room. That was in the other room. The other room's smaller than this room. The other room's like 2 feet smaller than this room. We got more room in here, but still, in terms of room, like, you know, there's the wall, there's the door, there's a bench of stuff. Like, this is all I got. There's printers. Shelf of stuff I gotta clean one day. Another shelf. There's my screws, all the filament, and then a closet full of stuff. You guys, camera, a Google Home, and then tools. Yeah, there ain't much room. No, the other room is originally this was a spare bedroom, and the other one was like just a project room. But the other room now is I have a shelf with a bunch of like the commercial printers that aren't in this room, and then we got an exercise bike in there and storage essentially. I actually subscribed for the cutting mat videos, but didn't watch the stream because they were so bad. I'm not gonna lie, the old streams were old, so. Wearing the LDO Jason face shirt. I have that shirt. I got the LDO shirt with the Jason face on it. I'm not gonna wear that in public ever, I don't think. Derek 20, thank you, appreciate it. When did Voron switch from measured tape to drag chains in its design? The tape chains were a 2.1 thing. So V 2.1 with tape chains. 2.2 and 2.4 are drag chains. What screw pin do I have? It's an Acro 64, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's an Acro 64 bin. One Acro bin 64 unit. Oh, why? The problem with the tape chain was it actually was chewing up the wires. The constant rubbing, again, this is with silicone wire, the constant rubbing ate through the wires, and it was, you had to like cover the tape itself, like the measuring tape, with you had to cover it with Tessa tape, and eventually that would wear out, and then you have wires and bare tape rubbing. So it actually worked really good until it doesn't work. So because there was too many reliability issues, we went to drag chains. It's funny how speaking to people almost change your entire look on everything. Yep. They were great compared to what I could find for Prusa mini vid. What? You know, we buy you one of your streams to wear a Jason shirt one day. No, Jason sent me like 3 shirts because he and somebody mentioned they had a shirt, and I'm like, Jason, I don't have any LDO shirts, and he's like, we didn't send you one with any of the stuff I've sent you over the years. And I'm like, nope. So he sent me shirts, and it was like a blue and a black, or it was a purple and a black Voron plus LDO Motors logo shirt, and then the white Jason shirt. That's just his like YouTube avatar or his Instagram avatar, just the picture of Jason. Steve has some great dividers. I have just the divider in the middle in most of them, which work good enough. I haven't filled them all, so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there because I'm starting to get hungry. How's the progress designing your own model part? I'm still working on the CAD. I'm still working on my CAD skills. I did put out the model, so for those that are wondering, the model for the V-Minion for the SKR Pico box and drag chain mount combination, that model is out. It's on printables if you want to get it. I think I have a link in the description on this video, although actually I reused the settings for this video, so probably not in this video. But if you go to my V-Minion review video, it should be linked in there. So I'm working at it. I'm not a CAD person. I'm working on it. Jason shirt on the wall. How's the CNC project limbo at the moment? It's still on limbo. Although, if you're talking about Avro, that one is indefinite hiatus. Because something else is coming up, CNC wise. But that one's still in the works. But we might be making chips this summer, hopefully. On Prusa Printer's name to printables, it's fine. I like the name. It's simple enough that you understand what it is. And Prusa Printers, like the website, like the previous name website, I didn't like. The printables site I like. But with all the stuff that's going down with the Creality site and Thingiverse being, well, Thingiverse, people have asked me what site they should use for uploading models, which I don't know why you asked me. I think I've uploaded 3 models ever to any site. But upload them to multiple. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Yes, printables is pretty good, but you don't want everything in Joey P's hands. Nothing against him, but you don't want, one man should not have all that power, right? You diversify. So I have models uploaded on printables, Fangs, Cults 3D is apparently for like people who like making models. So yeah, I'd rather there be multiple good sites to go to, because then they compete with each other and they get better. So. No Voron CNC. Why do you guys assume everything I do is a Voron? Do you think Printable should have contested the Honda takedown requirement? Honda has more lawyers than Prusa, so no. They probably could have contested some of it. The thing is, look at Nintendo with their IPs. I think it's a Japanese thing where they just like anything with their name, they contest, they defend their IPs like ridiculously. Look at Nintendo. So I think Honda's kind of doing the same thing as Nintendo does, where if it's anything patent, like anything, they go after it. So, but yeah. But there's other sites. Again, this is why you don't put all your eggs in one basket. So, because obviously not most of it probably wouldn't have stood up in court, but now you're going to court. What does Prusa get out of it going to court and paying all these legal fees? Like, yeah, the problem is with like sites like that host models, revenue is not that great. You have hard drives. It's like YouTube, right? YouTube is horrible for money making. Now I think it's okay with like ads. They're making money on YouTube now, but Printables doesn't have ads on it, and they're hosting, I don't even know how many gigabyte, terabyte, petabytes of 3D models, and nobody's paying for it. Like, model websites are hard to monetize. How do you make money on a model website, especially when everything is free, right? All it is your bandwidth and storage, and you're not making money off of it. So, yeah, if a company with a big company with many lawyers shows up at your door telling you to say something, how's the budget for defending that, fighting that? It's, yeah, because now it's international too, right? It's international. So, it's not expensive, but the company which the name made sort category the owner had to present product. My manufacturer, yeah, my manufacturer, another one. There's stuff going on in the background. Oh yeah, there's always stuff in the background. Make money with our own video portal site, so it's just not how to do it right. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how everything works money. Like I am not a lawyer. I don't run websites. I'm just kind of throwing thoughts out there. Printables hopes that you end up at their sort of by printers. Exactly. That's what a lot of it. It's like TikTok. Views on TikTok don't mean shit. You can have millions of views on TikTok. You make like $4 a day on revenue. You hope. It's why grocery stores lose money on milk. It's why Costco loses money on rotisserie chickens. It's because they hope by you going there, you spend money on other things. You want to say hi, Coda? You want to say goodbye before we end the stream? Come on, come say hi. We gotta end the stream soon. I'm getting hungry. Come on. Come say hi. There's the puppy. There's the puppy. How you doing, buddy? Doing good? You getting all mopey again? There you go. All depends. You wanna go outside? Okay. Oh no, all the boxes of Prusa that I gotta throw up. I think we're gonna end it there. Printables is good for contest selection. Yeah. Contests are cool. I love, I think I mentioned this on the last stream. Prusa took a swipe, like Joseph Prusa took a swipe at things for like sponsoring people. Like they have like, they sponsored my, full disclosure, they sponsored many of my streams last year. They have sponsored creators, so they have people they pay to make models for their site. And they took a swipe at that, but then Printables has, you can earn points to get free stuff. So yeah, they're not paying people, but they're, they're paying with filament and shirts and whatnot for you to use their site. So they're using money to drive you to their site in another way, but they're still doing it. So floor needs more purge lines. Oh god, they're everywhere. I know. And brims or skirts. Yeah. How about Voron guy merch? I don't want to be a Voron guy. They have achievement. I know they have an achievement. They, of course they do. It's like they gamify stuff. It's how it works. You got to get that dopamine response. Oh, hey, you downloaded a model, here's a point. Oh, you uploaded a model, here's a point. Oh, somebody downloaded your model, here's a point. I've got 40 Prusa points now. I do want the sweater though. You know, it's becoming summer soon. So, well, Voron guys, here's the thing. In case you haven't noticed, I don't have any Voron branding on my channel. I purposely, yes, obviously I build a ton of fucking Vorons on this channel. We're not gonna lie about that. But everything on my channel is not Voron. If Voron were to disappear, or if I was suddenly not on the Voron team anymore, my channel is not tied to that, and I don't want it to be tied to that. That's why I don't have the Voron logo. Well, okay, I have the Voron logo on the Nero 3D Cube, okay? But that's it. I don't have the Voron logo on any of my merch. I don't have it on any of my videos, like as the intro or anything. Obviously, I have the printers, but I purposely want my channel to not be... I'd rather be a guy who prints a lot of Voron stuff, but I don't want to be the Voron guy channel. I don't want that being mixed up. And Duff 699 doggo, just saw that. But yeah, I don't want that tied together. I think RCF the other admins. Yeah, they do. Freaking Tom keeps calling me the Voron guy. The Slim Jim trash can. Why would I? Oh no, I got that garbage can free from work. It was an offshoot. Here goes my PG rating. Oh, I can swear. I just can't swear in the first 30 seconds of a video. Facebook. Oh yeah. Jason's in California. LDO Motors is in Shenzhen, but Jason's in California. Yeah, no, I can swear. I try to avoid swearing on my stream as much as I can. Although I worked in a tool shop for 7 years. I spent 6 years Army Reserves. I swear. I just try to not when I'm live. The print come loose. I don't know. Why you gotta lie? Hey, why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta be like that, eh? Hey, Dave? Dave from LDO's in... Yeah, Dave from LDO's in Shenzhen. Jason's in California. No swearing when the kiddo's home. I'm lucky. He hasn't picked up. He's 4 now. He's talking a lot now. His vocabulary is getting there, and he's yet to pick up any swear words. So we're good. We're good. Oh, Linus. Okay, Linus's eggshell rant. I don't think I can pull it up because YouTube would probably hit me with a thing. But if you have not seen it, oh my god, this is great. Okay. Okay, so if you have not seen this, you need to go to the LMG Clips YouTube channel. Just search LTT Paint, okay? And you need to watch Linus's rant on paint, okay? Because they're painting his house right now, and they painted it with like the wrong paint and the wrong color and everything. And his rant, like, I'll admit, I'm not a painter, but I've painted quite often. I repainted the whole upstairs of this house. I painted, you know, I've painted over the years. And I know what he's talking about, and I would be ranting like this too. So, but yes, go watch this video. I'm going to link it here because it's actually a really, really good video. Like, his rant is very, very good. So, when do we get the Nero Ray from V0 on the overlay? Ooh, yeah, I gotta do that. I gotta clip that. So I need to make it a GIF, I think, before I can have it in the overlay. I completely forgot about the rave. I gotta clip. So somebody had it. If somebody clipped it I need it. When I spilled the coffee cup. Yeah, that was an ice cap cup, and that sucked. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream there. I didn't only plan to do an hour, and we're coming up on 2 hours, and I think I don't want to lose my voice for tomorrow, because tomorrow's gonna be fun. So tomorrow, I don't know where I put the box. We're gonna build that KPS3 or KP3S. I don't know. We're gonna build the Kingroon printer, and then we're gonna try out Cura 5. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. Again, monthly member stream. So you guys are members, so I don't need to, you know, thank you for subscribing to the channel or becoming members, because you already are members. So, but thank you, because I would not be able to do this without you guys and gals. I'm saying guys in the non-gender specific way, like how we're all dudes. And so yes, so I would not be able to do this without your support. You make this all possible. You help the content I create and the things I do. You guys are all awesome. So I will see you tomorrow. Be safe out there and wash your hands. Cheers.